I feel like Met fans have been apologists for Juan Soto being average
here we go.
best.
All right.
As an outfielder.
It's going to be that kind of day, ladies and gentlemen.
The statistics will tell you that I'm right about this.
Okay.
Now, the eye test is probably more in favor of his outfield production, but statistically, he's not a great outfielder.
Right.
So moving him to left field feels alarming. And what the hell? Why? He's been a right fielder for as long as we can remember, even though I know he's played left field.
No. See, that's not true.
As long as we can remember.
Okay, can I walk you through
I'm
something?
talking about as a Yankee.
Okay.
I'm talking about even as a Padre, if you paid attention to the West Coast. I know most of us didn't because we have a bias to the East Coast, and those games were on so damn late, and you didn't even care because he sucked when he was a Padre.
No, but hold on.
Ultimately, he feels like a right fielder. So a day before spring training opens, you're going to move him to left, at least tell us you're moving him to left field. That feels odd.
Okay, there is some oddness to this we will address, but we got to get our facts straight.
Yes.
And I'm going to attack you. I'm going to attack Craig and Big Mac yesterday. I'm going to attack everybody.
You don't have to attack me. I know he played left field.
you
He played
just said-
400-something innings in left field. I know this.
When he was traded to the New York Yankees,
Yes.
he was a left fielder. Now, we could argue why, whether it's the ballpark, whether it's Fernando Tatis Jr., when he was traded to the New York Yankees in 2024, Juan Soto had played more games in left field than right field. That's a fact. Had he done both? Absolutely.
Yes.
He was, at least in my mind, more of a left fielder than he was a right fielder.
Yes.
Now, he gets traded to the New York Yankees. Why did he play right field, especially considering they had Aaron Judge? He played right field because Yankee Stadium's right field is smaller and easier to play than Yankee Stadium's left field.
That's somewhat of a misnomer because I know the short porch everybody talks about in right field is 30-something. Left field is maybe 5 feet longer.
But left center field. There's more land to run down in left center field at Yankee Stadium than there is in right field. And that's why the Yankees made that change. When the Yankees would play a handful of games at Fenway Park, Juan Soto played left field.
Of course he did.
Now, I want to take you back.
I remember that.
I want to take you. Let's see if you remember this.
Okay.
I want to take you back to, I'm not even joking, 2 days after Juan Soto signed with the New York Mets. Juan Soto had just signed with the New York Mets. I'm excited. Sean's crying. Tiki's congratulating me. I want to play you a clip from, what's the name of the show? Oh, okay. Evan and Tiki. I'm going to play you a clip from our show 2 days after Juan Soto left the Yankees to join the New York Mets.
That's the name of the show?
Yeah, Evan and Tiki. Well, at the time it was Evan and Tiki.
Yeah, you weren't on the marquee yet.
Oh, I got it.
So stop it.
Just making sure.
Now it's Evan and Tiki with Sean Morris. So again, December 13th, 2024, Evan and Tiki talking about Juan Soto and his defense. Take a listen. I want you to listen really carefully. This is Juan Soto misjudging a fly ball in right field at Citi Field during the Subway Series. Listen to what Keith Hernandez says, because I think this is something we all have to think about.
There's been a liability out there. You wonder why they want to play him in the deepest corner outfield position in this ballpark.
He's right.
Yeah.
Citi Field's dimensions in right center are significantly deeper than Yankee Stadium and also significantly deeper than left field. So with Juan Soto not being the fastest outfielder, the outfielder with the greatest range, and remember, Juan has split his career between left field and right field. When he came up with the Nationals, he was a left fielder. They then moved him to right field when Bryce Harper left. When he was traded to San Diego, he went back to left field. Then he went back to right field, and with the Yankees, he's played right. So believe it or not, Tiki, his splits in his major league career is pretty much even between left and right.
So where's he going with the Mets?
I think you have to consider playing him in left field and Brandon Nimmo in right.
Wow, you predicted it, but they didn't.
Well, that's them. I'm talking about me, and I'm explaining to you that this always made sense.
Right, of course it did.
It made sense the day they got him. And what we need to do, and I get why we forget, left field, right field, Tweedledee, Tweedledum. I told Jet yesterday, my oldest son, who likes baseball, I said, you know, Juan Soto's changing positions. Just a quick question. Do you remember what position Juan Soto plays? You know what his answer was? Left field.
Really?
I forgot.
How did he forget?
Because left field and right field, to a lot of people, Tweedledee, Tweedledum.
Yeah, you're right. It's a corner outfield position.
It's a corner outfield position. He has played both. And I felt the moment they got him, just based on the ballpark, he always made more sense in left field at Citi Field than right field, just like at Yankee Stadium. He made more sense in right field than left field. So I respect and I want to acknowledge the weirdness of it, the timing of it, which we'll jump into.
The timing just bothers me.
Okay, but can you at least accept he makes more sense in left field?
Of course.
Okay, good.
I trust you, Evan.
Thank you.
You are a baseball savant.
I wouldn't say
You're
that.
the original savant. I've just kind of stolen it from you over time. But I get why he's better in left field at Citi Field specifically, even at Fenway Park specifically.
Thank you.
Because he's not an elite get-on-your-horse athlete. You know what I mean? He's not running a whatever. I don't know what the timing is to first base, but whatever. Let's put it in football terms because everybody understands that. He's not a 4.4 40 guy. And so you need to limit his ability to get confused in space. And so putting him in left field makes all the sense in the world. But why do it? And by the way, I listened to the Rico, so I understand what you're upset about here. Why do it right before the season started?
That is where I think it is a fair question because I wanted to do this a year ago. I don't run the New York Mets, and maybe Brandon Nimmo's noodle arm was a part of why they didn't make this move a year ago, but I always thought Juan Soto, as a guy who's played both spots in the outfield, and the way Citi Field is built, always made more sense for left field than right field. But now it is fair to say, why did it take until February 10th for David Stearns to say, hey, guys, I'm making the change? And I listened to everything David Stearns said, and there are a few things that he said that are like odd. That's how I would phrase it. Odd.
Yes.
For a buttoned-up executive, he kind of felt as if this just came out of nowhere. So listen to this. This is clip number 1 of David Stearns I wanted to present to you of him basically telling you, hey, guys, we didn't even think about this going into the offseason.
Not something we had really contemplated coming into the offseason, but as we've had conversations over the last month, it made sense for all involved to do this.
That's odd to me because I contemplated it, and I do not think I'm that smart. You could call me the baseball savant all you want. I'm an idiot with a microphone.
Right.
I'm not that smart.
Yeah, but you're all over baseball, so you think about these things.
Well, I would hope that me thinking this 3 days after the Mets signed him would have been something the Mets contemplated. And if it wasn't because of Brandon Nimmo, because of his noodle arm, okay, well, when you traded Brandon Nimmo 4 months ago, did it not go through your mind of, hey, maybe we're more equipped to play him in right field? And here's David Stearns saying, I didn't contemplate it, which is odd. And then he said something else. And this is where I can see it bothering Met fans. The World Baseball Classic.
Oh, Lord.
He is playing left field in the World Baseball Classic, which makes complete sense. The right fielder is Fernando Tatis Jr., so I get why Soto's playing left field. Here's David Stearns explaining that bouncing him between those two positions in spring training played a little bit of a role in all this.
As we were talking with Juan, frankly, didn't make a lot of sense to bounce him back and forth from corner to corner during spring training. He's comfortable in left, fits with our roster, so we'll go forward with it.
It sounds...
It sounds dismissive of the move.
It sounds as if it's the WBC.
Yes.
And that's not a good answer. Like, even though I agree with the move and I wanted the move a year and a half ago, I actually thought David Stearns, who's usually very buttoned up and explaining things, I really think he dropped the ball here. It was very odd. You didn't contemplate it? You're the smartest guy in the room. If I'm contemplating it, why wouldn't you? And then second of all, you even mentioning the WBC and him playing left field in the WBC and mentioning bouncing between left and right, you're adding validity to a theory that's going to piss off a lot of Met fans, which is that Juan Soto is moving to left field because he's playing left field in the World Baseball Classic and that the decision is being made by Team Dominican Republic.
Yeah, but ultimately, shouldn't Juan Soto be able to play where he wants to if he wants to play left field? Because it feels like that's what's happening here. Juan Soto, who's going to play left field. I'm not saying this is causal, but he's playing left field in the World Baseball Classic because Tatis is playing right field. That he, in his mind, is saying, well, let me be a left fielder then. I played left field. Okay, fantastic. Why is that not okay?
Well, is it a one-year thing? Is he playing left field this season because of the WBC? Or is this, hey, it makes a lot of sense because of the ballpark. It's best for the team. Carson Bench has played a lot of right field. We're good. It fits the roster. Is that the reason, or is it a temporary change because of the World Baseball Classic?
I don't think that Juan Soto is thinking about Carson Bench, who is thought to be a center fielder, but as I know because I listened to the Rico, he played right field in college.
Yeah, he played right field in the minors as well. He's played corner outfield and he's played center field, so he's played all over the place.
Right, he's everywhere. Yeah. He's interchangeable. But my point is, I don't think Juan Soto is looking at Carson Bench's fan graphs page saying, "Oh, where is he best at? Oh, he's better in right. Okay, I'm going to go to left." I don't think that that's what's happening. I think Juan Soto is essentially saying, I've done this a lot in my career.
Right.
That is play left field.
Yes.
I'm doing this in the World Baseball Classic. There is a void in left field with the Mets right now because Brandon Nimmo is now gone. I'll just play left field.
Right.
Let's just stick to left field. It's easier for me. I don't have to think about doing both corner outfield positions. Now, if he was an elite outfielder, he could do whatever.
Right.
But we know that's not the case.
Right.
So it might just be Juan Soto saying, I want to be a left fielder.
Well, they described it as him and Mendy spoke about it. They talked about it and basically came to a groupthink decision that he's going to move to left field.
Yeah.
And again, I like the decision. This is something I wanted them to do a year and a half ago, but it does come across as if the World Baseball Classic has more to do with it than David Stearns and Carlos Mendoza saying, hey, this makes our team better.
But it might. So what's wrong with that?
You don't want the WBC deciding how you're building your roster.
But
would you want that?
I don't think,
and I love the WBC.
But do you think that Juan Soto going to left field influenced how they built their roster?
I don't think it influenced how they built their roster, but I can understand the Met fan thinking it influenced the decision to move him to left field. I mean, especially based on that answer of we don't want to bounce him between left and right field.
Yeah, I hear you, but I think that David Stearns was committed to making this team different. Mm-hmm. It's why Nimmo
he's
gone.
done that.
He's absolutely done it. It's why Pete Alonso didn't re-sign. It's why Edwin Diaz. I think Edwin Diaz thing is different.
Yeah, they screwed up is what happened.
They screwed that up. But I think it's why Jeff McNeil was like, all right, see you, dude. We'll pay some of that. Go out west. Right? I think they wanted to make this team different. And when you're rehauling everything, then I think ultimately it creates the space for new things to happen.
Yeah.
And I think Juan Soto, seeing that, talking to his advisors or his agent or whoever, said, let me be a left fielder. It'll be better for me at Citi Field. Let me be a left fielder.
So you're good with the move.
I'm just the only thing that's not concerning.
Go ahead.
Is just you told us the day that the spring training opens. It's just weird.
Well, and the weirdness to me is that they didn't think about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a weird, stupid thing that I admit I'll move on from because I like the
as
decision.
soon as you see him in left field and he's fine, you'll be like, all right, whatever.
Well, I think I'll be there by the end of the day because I got what I wanted.
Right.
I'm a Met fan who screams into a microphone, and most of the time I don't get what I want. Right. It took a year and a half, but I wanted Juan Soto to play left field. I gave my reasons a year and a half ago. I gave it again today. I got what I wanted. So yes, I'm happy. It was just odd to hear. Yeah, we never thought about it. And just the answers were odd. Now, Sean, I'm also deeply afraid, not that I should care, that you and your Yankee brethren are also going to take this as something to make fun of. So the floor is yours.
Well, only if he stinks will Yankee fans make fun of him.
Look, he's not going to stink. We saw him with the Yankees play left field in Fenway, if you remember. They moved him in Verdugo for that specific reason. But optically, we cannot deny this looks terrible. First of all, the World Baseball Classic. Juan Soto, the second year into a 15-year contract. If this is the case, you should be a pro enough at this stage in your career that playing the 3 weeks in the World Baseball Classic should not dictate the rest of the 162 games.
They didn't say he insisted.
No,
they said it was a group thought decision
Okay.
on playing left field versus right field.
Okay, even mentioning the WBC means it was mentioned in the group think. I think we could connect 1 + 1. But even so, I'm with you in terms of, is it the biggest deal in the world? No. But I do think your offseason, if Stearns didn't attack this or didn't even think of this, could have been thought of the right way. Like, for instance, when we hear Brett Beatty is going to play some left field this year, and now we find out this is going to be Juan Soto's job. Left field's one thing, and I know Brett Beatty had a strong enough arm, third base, or whatever.
Right.
Are we sure he's going to be gunning runners from right field down the home?
I mean, he feels like he's he's a young,
I understand that.
athletic kid. I'm more worried about him tracking balls in right field.
All right, but either way, like that is now an adjustment. There is a difference between right field and left field the way the game is played. I'm worried about Brett Beatty out there. Tyrone Taylor is fine. We have no idea if Benj could hit at the major league level, and I understand it might just seem very simple. Left field, right field, who cares? I have to think you would have wanted more experience in terms of actually playing a right field corner in all the ballparks in Major League Baseball if this was a consideration this offseason.
Excuse me. I disagree with you about that. Like,
Okay.
I think all they did was flip-flop the open competition from left field to right field. Like, Tyrone Taylor's a pro. Wherever you stick him, he's going to be fine.
Where's the longer throw home?
Hold on a second. I'm going to get there. So Tyrone Taylor's fine. We could agree on that. Carson Benj, as we talked about, has played the corner outfield spot. All right, and he is projected to be more of a corner outfielder than a center fielder, which became clear that was their plan when they signed Luis Robert Jr.
Yep.
So I have no reason to be fearful of Carson Bench. Brett Beatty's a project. I mean, I'm not going to argue that. Like, he's learning the outfield again.
You hope he's the new McNeil.
Yeah, that's really what they're going for. Brett McBeatty, essentially. But he is also a third baseman, so he's got an arm.
Right.
I'm not necessarily concerned about the arm. I'm just concerned about him learning the outfield. But I don't think it would have made a difference in their offseason plans. I will defend the Mets on that. It's just more, why wouldn't you think of something like this? Because I do think it makes them better defensively. I do. I like the move. It's just, we didn't even think about it. Why would you not think about it?
All right, I also have an alternate theory that I actually am going to cringe when I say this, but it needs to be brought up.
You have an alternate theory?
Yes.
On like why they moved
Why
him to left?
Soto wants to move to left.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
This is going to be the typical, he hates the Mets, he's a messenger. We love the Cadillac Club, right? We sat out there.
100%.
Okay. Does anybody remember all the conversations we had with the fans that sit in the Cadillac Club last
Right,
year?
as they stared at Juan Soto's ass.
Do you remember
Juan Soto.
a couple of things that the fans who sit out there almost every night said to us?
I don't
We
remember.
love Soto, but he's not exactly the best with us and the fans. We miss. Marte used to wave at us and hang out at us. And then as he was going through the struggles, those guys would say, yeah, we would heckle. He didn't like it. And then all these close right fields, Yankee Stadium bleachers.
So
I think
Juan
Juan
Soto
Soto's
wants to-
scared of the smoke when he struggles.
He
being
wants
near
to
the fans.
get rid of he wants to get away from the Cadillac Club.
And also some of these other right fields on
Right.
the road where the fans are all over.
I mean, the
know
Cadillac
I
Club
hate
is
saying
open.
that.
It's like it's field level, and you can scream through the fence.
He wants to, and look, if we learned anything about what we heard this offseason, he wants to just focus on the baseball, not the nonsense. There's a lot of nonsense that goes into being a right fielder in Major League Baseball,
especially when I'm out there drinking martinis.
I know that sounds silly, but I bet you Juan Soto hated
I'm a
that.
fat moron.
I bet you he hated it.
So you're suggesting that Soto wanted to leave right field because of the Cadillac Club?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Listen, everyone has an opinion, right? That's an interesting one.
They didn't give him a free Escalade IQ.
I think it's one of those surprises and one of those things that easily you can try to make jokes out of. You can say it's a star player making demands. Yankee fans could say what they want to say. Ultimately, no matter how we made the sandwich, it's a good sandwich. No matter how we got there, the New York Mets are making the right decision for their team because Citi Field fits Juan Soto better as a left fielder than it does a right fielder.